الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به سبحانه وتعالى ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ به جل وعلا من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. عباد الله، أنصحكم ونفسي الآثمة بتقوى الله وأحثكم وإياها على طاعته، وأحذركم وإياها وبال مخالفته جل وعلا ومعصيته. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ولا شيء مثله ولا شيء قبله ولا شيء معه ولا إله يعجزه ولا شيء يعجزه ولا إله غيره، قديم بلا ابتداء دائم بلا انتهاء، لا يفنى ولا يبيد ولا يكون إلا ما يريد. وأشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم عبده المصطفى ورسوله المرتضى ونبيه المجتبى، وأنه خاتم الأنبياء وإمام الأتقياء وسيد المرسلين وحبيب رب العالمين. صل اللهم وسلم وبارك على هذا النبي الأمين وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين، وارض اللهم عن صحابة رسول الله المخلصين المحسنين المتقين، ولا سيما الخلفاء الراشدون والأئمة المهديون، سيدنا مولانا أبي بكر الصديق، وسيدنا مولانا عمر بن الخطاب، وسيدنا مولانا عثمان بن عفان، وسيدنا مولانا علي بن أبي طالب. وارض اللهم عمن اتبع النبي بإحسان وتمسك بالثقلين إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى said in the Quran: كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر. The meaning of the ayah is, literal meaning of the ayah is, you are the best of nations. You are the best of nations that came to mankind. The Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the best nation ever to come to mankind. Why? There's a reason for that. An Ummah cannot be the best nation without any reason. There has to be a reason. And that reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes very clearly in the Quran. Says تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر. تأمرون بالمعروف meaning you order the good. وتنهون عن المنكر meaning you forbid the evil. This is, dear brothers and sisters, one of the characteristics of this ummah that other ummahs didn't have. Actually, other ummahs didn't do. And therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions them in the Quran in a way of punishment. And He says, Allah Jalla wa Ala يقول كانوا لا يتناهون عن منكر فعلوه. They, other ummahs, they never did that act of forbidding each other from doing evil. بِئْسَ مَا كَانُوا يَفْعَلُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, this is the worst thing they did. That they did not forbid each other from doing the bad. That if I do something bad, you don't come and tell me. You don't do that anymore, for example. And of course all of you inshallah do. And vice versa. But the other nations before us didn't practice that practice. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala condemned them for that. Why? Why is that condemnable? And why is it so important? And why is Muslims and the Muslim Ummah unique in that sense? Okay, order the good, forbid the bad. What's the significance of this? The only base after Iman billahi wa rasulih for anything that is successful in life, any organization, any establishment, any deen, anything, is that you have a criticism system. In other words, a system of check and balance. You have to have the standard, we have the standard. And the other standard is what? Check and balance system. To see if you deviate from the standard or not. If there is no ordering the good and forbidding the bad, the evil, then the system of check and balance is disabled. There's two ways that this system is not functional. Under two circumstances. That people don't order the good and don't forbid the evil, only under two circumstances. Either that they are deviant themselves, or that they are under circumstances where they cannot say the truth. You either cannot say it because you're not worried about it, or someone's holding a gun to your head and telling you, if you say the truth, I will kill you. Then you can't. The word democracy, let me just take you a little bit to a linguistic side of this word. Democracy comes from demo and krasi. Demo means public in Greek. Krasi means basically, ruling of the public. Democracy is basically, by definition, is the ruling of the public for the public by the public. That's what democracy is. In other words, people rule themselves for their own benefit by themselves. Why? Why is that? Because human beings from the beginning, they've always wanted to what? To enslave others, and they always wanted to what? To make some inferior and some superior by their own force. So, this idea with the Greek philosophers and others, and I don't like philosophy per se, because I think whenever philosophy is mixed with anything, it ruins it. But just so we can make a comparison, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala compares the hukum, the ruling of Pharaoh with the ruling of Musa in the Quran. So there is Pharaoh in the Quran, and there is Musa in the Quran. So ruling of the public by the public for the public, why? So everyone is equal, and then we ensure social justice. Social justice is very important, that there's no limits. Very important. And that's why we see now many European countries and the North American continent and other countries, they follow this. They say we are democratic countries, right? Everywhere you see we're democratic countries. What does that mean? That means you can say whatever you want, as long as you don't infringe on other people's rights and you don't break the laws of the land. Your political opinion, your religious opinion, you are free to say so. Here in the United States, you have in the First Amendment to the Constitution the freedom of speech. So you can say whatever you want. And as long as you're not breaking the law, then you are protected by the same law. This system that I'm trying to show you is very important to preserve the prosperity of nations. Freedom is a right in this country, isn't it? Everyone is entitled to his personal freedom. It's right in other countries as well that ruled by democracy, let's say. In Islam, now let me take you to Islam, freedom is not a right, only it's an obligation. Islam goes further, a little bit more. It says, yes, you have the right, but you're also obliged. That right comes with obligations. You are free. Umar ibn Khattab said, since when you've enslaved people and their mother gave them birth and they were free, how can you enslave them? So everybody is free by definition in Islam. There's no such thing as enslaving others, per se. Now, then you are free. But this freedom has some obligations to it, not a right. Here you have the right when you are become 18 years of age, or you are become a citizen of this country. They tell you the first important right you have is to vote, because voting gives you that power to change. You can vote, you change opinions. You don't like what's going on, then go vote. Okay. Now, voting really is if you look at it, and among other things, is a measurement of what? Of ordering the good and forbidding the bad, or trying to change the good, change the bad, and or remain with the good. Whatever you want to look at it. It's a measure of changing. Islam doesn't tell you just to vote. Islam goes even beyond that. It says, yes, go ahead, do these things, but you have to speak, and you have to change, and you have to do things. You have to order the good, and you have to forbid the bad. And moreover, the Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith that is sahih, said in the day of judgment, or one of the signs of the day of judgment is what? Is when people are fearful to say what they believe, the truth. They can't say the truth anymore. One of the signs of the day of judgment. One friend of mine called me a couple of days ago, and he was discussing with me the current situation about the war and all these things, and he's afraid about Islam. I told him, if Allah, we don't give examples of Allah, Allah gives us examples, but just to make it closer to your mind. If you have a store, or you have an apartment, you have a business, will you take care of that business? You have a family, will you take care of that family? You do everything you can to take care of that business is feeding your family? Because you own it, right? It's your own thing. You would do everything you can to ensure that this business, or this apartment, or this home, or whatever, your kids, that they are yours. These things are yours. You want to make the best you can to preserve them. Isn't that true? Everybody, regardless of their religion. People are like that. Humans are humans, dear brothers and sisters. We have to take a little step and understand humans are humans. Whatever their faith system is, that's different. But basically they share common values. You would do everything you can, right? I told them this is, and this is no example, no comparison, but this is the deen of Islam, is the deen of Allah. If it was my deen only and I'm in charge, if it's your deen, then you would do everything you can to make sure no one does anything to it. And then you would what? You would do all you can, but if you can't, then it's okay, then you can't. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Lord of the worlds. Allah Jalla wa ala is the one who protects Islam. Don't worry, I told them, don't worry about Islam. And I tell myself, then I tell you, don't worry about Islam. Islam is the deen of Allah Jalla wa ala. Inna ad-deena inda Allahi al-Islam. Don't worry about Islam. Worry about yourselves. Let's worry about ourselves. Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this deen, and made it an obligation upon him Jalla wa ala. وَكَانَ حَقًّا عَلَيْنَا نَصْرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَلَقَدْ كَتَبْنَا فِي الزَّبُورِ مِنْ بَعْدِ الذِّكْرِ أَنَّ الْأَرْضَ يَرِثُهَا عِبَادِيَ الصَّالِحُونَ. We have, Allah Jalla wa ala says, which means we have written that this earth will be always inherited by our pious slaves. Don't worry about Islam. Islam is in good hands. Islam doesn't come down and go up. Islam is always up. And that's something we don't understand. Sometimes we're confused. Islam, is like this or like that. Islam is always like that. It's a matter of whether we are up to the standards of Islam or we are not. Islam is the deen of Allah Jalla wa ala. Dear brothers and sisters, don't worry about Islam. Islam will always be protected. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. No one can change Islam. No one will be able to stop Islam. Islam will always spread. But that's the beauty of things. Why? Because Islam is a mercy to mankind. Islam is not only mercy to Muslims. It's not only mercy to anybody. It's a mercy to Muslims and non-Muslims, to Jews and Christians and atheists and even animals, everybody. Islam is a mercy to the walls, to the trees. Islam is a mercy to everything that you see. That's the beauty of things. Islam ensures social justice, doesn't discriminate between people. That's the beauty of Islam. So, now, then what is it then the thing is, where do Muslims stand as far as Islam? Are we close? Are we applying the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and practicing the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as supposed to be? Are we delivering that message of peace, mercy, and humanity? Humanitarian message of Islam. One time, inshallah, we will talk about that. About the humanitarian message of Islam to mankind. The prosperity that Islam brings to mankind. To mankind, brothers. I do not preach narrow-mindedness. Nor do I preach hatred towards anybody or any sect or any religion or anybody. Or anything. Islam is a deen of actually love, mercy, and peace. That's the beauty of Islam. Right. So I said, don't worry about that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes care of His religion. Let's just worry about ourselves. And everything that happens, inshallah, is to the benefit of Muslims and Islam. Everything. Believe me. Just relax. And so much pressure and so much stress on many people, and that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes care of things. We have to take care of ourselves now to be up to the standards. Because if we do good, then Allah will bless us, and if we do bad and evil, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may take us or may misguide us. You see? And then we are worthy of punishment. Everybody then is worthy of punishment. So, don't worry about it. I told them there's more democracy in the back alleys of America than in some parliaments in the Muslim world. Fact. Oil. The Iraqi people have always had oil, dear brothers. From hundreds and thousands of years. But they were still poor. They never got the oil. You know where the oil went to? Their dictators. Those people that ruled them with the sword. Think anything's going to change? I'm not political, so I don't want to go too much in politics, and you may disagree with me in that. I don't have a problem. But I don't want to. But I just don't want you to get everybody under so much pressure. And what's going to happen? Of course, we don't want anybody to die. We don't want our fellow Muslims to die. We don't want anyone to die. We want to preserve life and to have peace in every region, in all the regions, in the whole world, so people can live together. So what? So our intellectual prosperity can start taking place. So people can start thinking and do better for humanity, not only for themselves. When someone invents something, it's for humanity. When Edison invented, and Bell invented telephone, and Edison figured out the light and all these things, what happened? Everybody got that benefit. And that's what you need. You need a space and time of peace and prosperity so you can prosper. That's the entire goal of humanity. So you can do something in our lives, so our lives can have a meaning. The dictators in Iraq have killed people for hundreds of years, since 1970. Every day you kill people. Why? There's no ordering the good and forbidding the bad. We don't order the good and forbid the bad anymore. What does that mean? No one can go up to any of these third world dictators and tell them, this is wrong, fear Allah, and this is right. Among us, talking about, I'm reminding myself, not reminding you. Let me put it this way. I'm reminding you, I'm reminding myself first. But why? Because we are fearful of the consequences. But then who is the creator of the consequences? And then who is the creator of me and you and everybody who's powerful and who's not powerful? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then have no fear. And know that everything that goes will be to the benefits of Islam. But then we have to worry about ourselves now. Where do we stand? Do we stand with the truth, or we don't stand with the truth? What are we doing for our fellow people? What are we doing for humanity? What are we doing for the world? What are we doing for prosperity and civilization? How can we be a little bit more tolerant and open-minded and take everybody? The Prophet ﷺ, how many years Quraysh fought him? Many, many, many years. And every single battle. And they tried to assassinate him and kill him. And they called him all kinds of names. From liar to magician. Prophets came and taught us how to be open-minded and tolerant. How to have faith in Allah Jalla wa Ala. Because Allah is the creator. No one else. No one can make anything. Nothing moves. Not a leaf moves except by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dear brothers, please and sisters, please remember that. Nothing moves from A to B unless by the will of Allah Jalla wa'ala. And all that comes from Allah is just. Everything that comes from Him is just. And the bounties that He gives us is because He is generous, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Huwa al-Kareem. Huwa al-Kareem. So He gives you. One of the Sahaba, radiallahu anhum, asked the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, said, Ya Rasulullah, in the day of judgment, who is going to be the judge? Are the malaika, are the angels going to take account and give the final order to who's going to go to Jannah and who's going to go to Nar? And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, no, malaika, angels don't have anything to do with that. Who? He said, Allah. Allah will tell you to go to Jannah or Nar. And then this man, the Sahabi, said, Alhamdulillah. All the Sahaba look at him, what's wrong? You think you have a green card to paradise? I said, what? He said, because Al-Kareem is always Kareem. Al-Kareem will forgive. SubhanAllah. Al-Kareem will forgive. But Al-Bakhil won't forgive. The one who's stingy, he will not forgive. The one who has hatred in his heart, he will not forgive. The one whose heart is diseased will not forgive. But Al-Kareem, subhanAllah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will always forgive. Ya ibadi, alladhina asrafu ala anfusihim la taqnatu min rahmatillah. Allah says, don't be hopeless from the rahmah of Allah. Ya ikhwa taqaddamu, barakallahu fikum. Come closer, please, so you can make place for those who are standing behind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if He wanted to create angels instead of human beings, He would have built for that. That's it. Angels, no human beings. Angels don't make any mistakes. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created people that make mistakes, and those people that make mistakes, they can repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they can follow the suit of the prophets. Alayhim afdalus salati wa azka salam. So I will go take you back to freedom and democracy. And I told you, I still believe that there's more freedom in the back alleys here than in some parliaments in some of the Muslim countries. And that's the beauty of things enjoyed. Freedom and the check and balance system came in the Quran. And came also from the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam made sure everybody has his own personal freedom. Didn't infringe on anybody's freedom. Actually, he stressed on the personal freedom of people. Not only that, he ordered people to only what to do, also what? To order the good and to forbid the evil. You have to do that. If you don't do that, then the whole system, the whole nation will fall. And that is the sign of the Day of Judgment. And look at us right now. Look at the Muslim Ummah, look at the Muslim countries, and look at that. Is there ordering the good and forbidding the bad? Don't wonder why. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس. You are the best ummah, and you are the most successful, and you are the most prosperous. Yes, when you are ordering the good and forbidding the bad. But if there's a hadith that says, if you are afraid to say to the zalim, to the one who is doing you injustice, you are zalim, then forget this whole. فعلى دنيا السلام. What's the purpose? Religion, after the iman billah, after the believing in Allah, came to assure your freedom. Everybody is free. Everybody is free. Nobody is allowed to tell you you're not free, and you are, and to enslave you in any way, shape, or form, or shape, in that sense. So, Sahih Imam Muslim narrates by way of Abu Bakr ibn Abi Shaybah. He said the first one of the rulers that we had in the old times, maybe about 1,000 years ago or more, that ruled the Muslim Ummah, his name was Marwan al-Hakam. Sahih Imam Muslim narrates that Abu Bakr ibn Abi Shaybah said that the first one who prayed the khutbah of the Eid made it before the Salah is Marwan. That's in Sahih Muslim. Marwan made the khutbah before the Salah. Why? Because people didn't want to listen, they wanted to leave. Injustice. They don't want to listen. They just want to pray anymore. So he's figured, I'll change and I'll make the khutbah first and then the salah, like the Jum'ah, which is supposed to be well, that's the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So one man, Sahih Muslim narrates, one man stood and said, Ya Marwan, oh you who the leader. Marwan was the leader. This is not how the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did. Look at that. Take that position now with you and see how they stood saying the truth. Don't fear, no fear. And some people said something. Then there was Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, radiyallahu anhu, Sahabi Jaleel, one of the big Sahaba, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. He said, this man did what he was ordered to do and what he was supposed to do. Because I have heard the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Man ra'a minkum munkaran falyughayyirhu biyadihi. Whoever among you, look at this hadith, this beautiful hadith, that's the end of the hadith. Whoever among you sees evil, then he should change it with his hand. فَمَنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَإِنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَبِلِسَانِهِ. So if he cannot change it with his hands, with his tongue, فَإِنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَبِقَلْبِهِ وَذَلِكَ أَضْعَفُ الْإِيمَانِ. And if he does not with his tongue, then with his heart, and that's the weakest of Iman. You see? Maybe we should memorize it because it's a beautiful hadith that's Sahih Muslim. What is then the whole concept? You see how there was standards because the Quran put these standards for us. Let me take you back to the time of Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. The time of Sayyidina Umar. Sayyidina Umar said something. One woman out of nowhere came and said, Ya Umar, Ya Umar, not Ya Hadra Janab, Ayatullah, Maulana, Al-Allama, Al-Fahama, Al-Hibr. Ya Umar. All these things that they want to put you, they can terrorize your mind. So you can't think, like, who am I to say this? Anyway. Ya Umar. Ya Umar, do we follow the book of Allah or we follow you? SubhanAllah. Strong statement. What's the situation? He said, look at it. He said, the woman was right and Umar was wrong. The woman was right and Umar was wrong. You see where ordering the good and forbidding the bad, and how people, where the personal freedom comes? First, she has the freedom to voice her opinion. Therefore, people always dwell about the constitutions and of some European countries and all that, about the freedom. I will tell you, I don't call it democracy. I call it Islam. Because Islam is the one that taught democracy, as a matter of fact, how to behave with people. Islam is the religion that taught people human rights, not in 1948 in the United Nations in Geneva when they wrote the Human Rights Tablet. Human rights were already written back there. Human rights came 1424 years ago with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhan nasu u'budu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum وَالَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. This is your first human right. First amendment in your human right. All people, worship your Lord. Islam did not come to enslave people. Islam came to free people. From what? From worshipping the creations to the freedom of worshipping the Creator. From the slavery of worshipping the creation to the freedom of worshipping the Creator. I mentioned that before, but I'll mention it again. There's two kinds of slavery, dear brothers, and we have to open up and see what these things are. People either enslave themselves to Allah or enslave themselves to their desires. Some people say, you know, I want to drink, and I want to do what I have done, and I want to do all these things. Steal, cheat, lie. And I don't want to, why should I not steal? Why should I not cheat and lie? SubhanAllah. This is restrictions. They say, I'm free now. Some women take off their hijab and they say, now I'm free. Where's freedom? Some people don't stop praying. They say, now, prayers were like holding me. I have to pray in certain times. Now I don't pray, I'm free. Let's see if this is freedom or not. They left the freedom of worshiping Allah to be enslaved to their own desires. Desires not to work. I don't want to pray. That's a desire. So now you enslaved yourself to that desire, and you actually became slave to that desire, not a worshipper or not enslaved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, the first thing that you say every time when you say salah and salam on Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you say Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin abdika wa rasulik. Before you say Rasul, you say what? Abdik. That means you're slave. What does that mean? Why do you say that in Tahiyyat always? Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Right? Everybody says that. Why? Why do you say abduhu wa rasuluh? Why do you put abd before you put rasul? Because the slavery to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is much more higher than anything else. When you are enslaved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that means you are free. That means you are free of anything else, of worshipping anybody else, of doing anything else, and you are only free to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now you are free. Now you don't cheat, now you don't lie, now you don't hate, now you don't kill, now you don't steal. You don't do anything of that. Why? Because you know Allah is watching you. You know that if you do anything wrong, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will punish you. Then you are like that. It's an open relationship. With anyone, if you are driving in the highway and you see a cop, police officer behind you, would you speed? Anyone would speed? No. Behind me, man, he's going to give me a ticket now. You don't speed. So what happens? Because he's behind me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching us, all of us, all the time, day and night. No minute is left that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't watch us. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. The insan is going to loss unless those who are آمَنوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. They did the good things, they believed and they did good things. They do good things. They order the good and they forbid the bad. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. And they told each other, please do this, do the good, forbid the bad. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا كما أمر وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إرغاما لمن جحد به وكفر وأشهد أن سيدنا مولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم خير الأنبياء المعتبر. صل اللهم وسلم على هذا النبي وعلى آله أهل الفقه والنظر والعلم والأثر وعلى من بآثارهم اقتفى واقتثر. عباد الله، اتقوا الله العظيم حق تقواه وراقبوه مراقبة من يعلم ويعتقد بأنه يراه، وتزودوا من دنياكم لآخرتكم عملا يحبه ويرضاه، واعلموا أنه لا يضر وينفع ويعطي ويمنع ويخفض ويرفع ويصل ويقطع إلا الله. I will tell you this one thing before I end, inshallah. It was Sahl ibn Abdullah Tustari, one of the pious scholars in the old times of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, old times, about 1,000 years ago. He was a kid, 67 years old. And his father told him, his father was a scholar, he gathered all the people. He said, go and hide, let's play a game, he told them. He said, what is the game? He said, go and hide in a place where no one sees you. So all the kids, they went everywhere. Everybody, one hand under the bed, one hand in the closet. They hid everywhere. He said, I'll give you 2 hours, you find a hiding place, and I will check on you, his father. So they hid everybody except Sahl ibn Abdullah. All the kids, they hid. They went in the place and they hid themselves. And after 2 hours, he came to Sahl ibn Abdullah Tishtari He says, "Ya Sahal, why didn't you hide?" He told him, "Because you told me go hide in a place where no one sees me. And Allah always sees me wherever I hide." Where can I hide? Can you hide from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I can't hide. Therefore he became this big scholar and he's very known. And he told him then, "Sahal, I will teach you 3 things. And maybe you also should learn these things and say them. Before you sleep, say Allahu nadiri, Allahu ma'i, Allahu shahidi." Allahu nadiri means Allah is looking at me. Allahu ma'i means Allah is with me. And Allahu shahidi means Allah is witnessing me, witnessing what is my heart and what is my tongue and what I do. And Sahal radiallahu anhu did all these things all his life. He said, every time before I go to sleep, I say it 7 times. Allahu nadiri means stressing this belief that Allah is watching me. Whatever I'm doing, Allah is watching me. Allahu nadiri, Allahu shahidi, Allahu ma'i. And whenever I want to do something bad, I remember these things and I say them. Then I will not do them. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ali Ibrahim wa barik ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad كما باركت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد صلاة ترضيك وترضيه وترضى بها عنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم لا تؤاخذنا بما فعل السفهاء منا. اللهم آت أنفسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. اللهم ردنا إلى دينك ردا جميلا. اللهم ردنا إلى دينك ردا جميلا. اللهم ردنا إلى دينك ردا جميلا. اللهم لا تؤاخذنا. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا. اللهم اغفر لمشايخنا ولآبائنا ولمن له حق علينا ولمن أوصانا بالدعاء. وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم.